again.
Yes.
And I have nobody to thank. Once again, I did it all by my sweet little self. 2-time Slammy Award winner. I knew it. I'm a winner. I did it. Woo!
Yeah, haha, Snoop Dogg,
Dub C,
all up in here, bang, bang, yeah, straight G-thing, yeah.
Colder than ice, dropping these things on your dome, hitting up my enemies, mad dogging them with a heart full of stone. Blam, blam, kicking your dough down, throw down, dirty your low down. It's about to go down. Who ready for the showdown? Which one of y'all wanna be the first to get tossed in the tussle?
I'm Dr. Nick, and with my co-host,
Shithead Dave, and this has got to be at least the world's almost finest podcast, right?
almost, not quite.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about wrestling entrance music. We've all heard them over the years. It first started with the Fabulous Freebirds, doing Bad Street USA. They figured, what would make this interesting? Have the wrestlers come out to music, pump up the crowd.
Is that really where it started?
Yeah. The Freebirds were one of the first that started using music.
Oh, wow, that wasn't that long ago.
No. They used it when they were in world class.
Wow.
It's blossomed over the years from, having Real American for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
The $1 Million Man. How could you mistake the ha 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 ha,
Yeah, it's kind of went from complimenting a wrestler to really kind of making a wrestler.
Yeah. We got to thank Jim Johnston for this.
Jim Johnston is a genius. Without him, he's soundtracked the last 30 years.
Yeah, along with Jimmy Hart as well.
Does Jim Johnston still do music?
Yes, he does. He came up with Stone Cold, The Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake.
Vader.
He's Shawn Michaels, even though he was the only man to sing his own music, along with Cherry Martell. You gotta wonder nowadays, it looks like to me they're not really coming up with original entrances anymore. Now it's just generic rock music.
Yeah.
Perfect example, Big Boss Man. That was a hell of a theme that he had.
His new result.
His Cobb County, Georgia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked his Attitude Era one, too.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Goldberg with his
Yeah.
music.
That was a total package.
Yeah.
Not Lex Luger.
Yes.
But,
I mean, you had the pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
You had, the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the music that as soon as you heard it, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, here comes Goldberg.
It's funny you mention that. Before, it was all about the moves you knew.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, to be a successful wrestler, you gotta have a cool theme song.
Yeah.
You gotta have a catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gotta have that look.
Yeah. During the rock wrestling days, music was huge.
Mm-hmm.
You had Captain Lou Albano in Cyndi Lauper's videos. It was the MTV age. When it comes to music, I have all the CDs. I download themes as well as you do.
Yes.
3 count.
Yes, 3 count.
As goofy as it was a boy band.
They were trying to be like 98 Degrees.
Yes. I actually care. I like the music. It's kind of funny. It is.
Yeah.
The words are, can't get you out of my heart. It's funny.
Even when he was Sugar Shane,
Yeah.
he sang his own theme too.
Yes, he did. Well, didn't you tell me that it was... Who was the wrestler that basically sang about his life in North Carolina?
It was Sugar Shane.
Was it Sugar Shane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Sugar Shane in the state of NC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
Talking about like the Hardys and stuff.
Um...
What are some of your all-time favorite themes to just jam out to?
WCW theme for Hulk Hogan.
He's a man.
Yeah. Can
make.
I'm sitting there in my car doing the Hulk pose, I'm like, fuck yeah, America,
Yeah.
woo!
I like Cactus Jack.
That is really cool.
Cactus Jack's really awesome.
I enjoyed Rick Rude's.
Yes.
It sounds kind of like porn music. Like, I was joking one day. I was like, how funny would it be to, like, walk into the room to your wife and just go, dun, 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 dun.
Or Rick Martel's music. That's perfect.
Yeah, that too.
The model. I like X-Pac.
I enjoyed the X Factor theme that Uncle Cracker did.
Yeah, it was a blatant ripoff.
Yeah.
All they did was add an X Factor every once in a while.
Yeah, that's all they did.
Yeah.
I guess when it comes to music and wrestling, it's always going to be one of those things where you hear the music and it's connected to that wrestler. Like, even if you don't like the guy, the way he wrestles, you were more excited to see them come out to the ring.
All I really remember from World Championship Wrestling. Like, out of the 3 hours they were on Nitro, about 2 hours of that was entrances.
Pretty much.
Because, like, NWO was in every match. I don't remember Nash matches. I just remember him coming out giving the Wolfpack symbols and shit.
And then you'd hear, like, weird noises like...
Yeah, speaking of themes, like, WCW was weird with themes because they love talking during their themes. Because NWO is like, sweet! And new world.
Or you'd hear, like...
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, and the NWO theme's going when Macho Man's out. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they just throw like random shit in there.
Yeah.
Another music that really got people over was Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
You know, they heard the, you know,
like Lion King.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't really do it, but as soon as they heard the Arabian music, people were like, screw you.
They immediately became racist.
They did. They immediately became racist.
They're having a nice night out at wrestling with their family.
Yeah, they're
Muhammad's song comes out and they're like,
yeah, the father's going, hey,
fuck that towelhead.
America,
get him, Taker.
Shine this up real nice, jabroni. And I know just where to stick it, Ron. What's your name?
It doesn't matter what my name is.
The Rock smells what you're cooking.
Pancakes, Rock! Pancakes!
Lay the smackdown in the kitchen, the loading dock, even the boiler room. Plus storylines and special guest referees. Everything inside the ring and almost anything out. WWF SmackDown. Rated T for teen, jabroni.
Finally, The Rock has come back to play.
I am the man! That's raw power! Look at his eyes! No fear at all! WCW Monday Nitro! This is where the big boys play.
It's man against man. Power and strength. It's art, painted with rage. And it's 100% live. Watch WCW Monday Nitro every Monday night at 8, exclusively on TNT.
The very first wrestling album was called The Wrestling Album in 1985. It had Hillbilly Jim, Jimmy Hart singing called Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield. It had Captain Lou Albano. It had Real American. It had Nikolai Volkov singing the Russian national anthem. Hillbilly Jim was hilarious. Don't go mess with the country boy. Now, the album that I like was The Pile Driver. That one was only released overseas.
My favorite album is WrestleMania, the album.
Oh,
and if anybody hasn't heard of The Man in Black by The Undertaker, go listen to it right now because it is a treat. The Undertaker actually sings.
Yeah.
We had it on the podcast one time.
You didn't even know the album existed until I pointed it out to you.
No. And then I discovered all this. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Bret Hart sings a song.
The strange thing is like a lot of people don't know about it because it came out after Wrestling Album 1 and 2, Pile Driver. There was one called Full Metal, and then it was this one. This one was done in 95. And I found it at a Meijer around 95 and was like, is this even a WWF release? And sure as can be, it was. What was that album that Hulk Hogan did? What was it called?
It was Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band.
Yes, my favorite song, which you introduced me to, is called Hulkamania in Heaven. Hulk Hogan in Heaven?
Hulkster in Heaven.
Yes, and some of the lyrics go, I used to rip my shirt, but now you ripped my heart.
Yeah.
I guess there's going to be one less person watching me at Wembley. You know?
I wish you were at ringside with me tonight.
Yeah.
It's really cheesy.
Yes.
It's basically him singing a love ballad about, I think it's about suicide.
I think it is too.
Because
it sounds like it.
Yeah, because he's sad that somebody's not going to be there at ringside. He kills himself. But he goes to heaven.
And then he has one called Beach Patrol.
That's a bad song.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Randy Savage rap album.
Yeah, he did that a couple years before he died.
I'm gonna put my foot up your butt and wash your mouth out with soap.
It's called Be a Man. the album, and he dedicated a track to Hulk Hogan called "Be a Man."
Yeah.
Be a man, Hogan.
Yeah.
And in the song, he brags that all his movies have failed, but he got a role in Spider-Man.
Yeah, as Bonesaw.
Yeah.
It's not actually a very bad album. It's not that bad.
If you can get past how hilarious he sounds,
yeah,
he's got some pretty good rhymes. Not
and
bad.
he doesn't use profanity.
No, he doesn't have to.
That's what was really interesting about it.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that in a way, wrestling themes have become a genre in music.
I'd say so.
I wouldn't really call it a soundtrack.
No.
It's classified in the soundtrack section, but it's become its own musical genre.
Yeah, I'm a collector of themes.
Oh yeah, I love listening to them. Like a lot of times, you know, you and I will be in the car and we'll be like, "Hey, what's that theme?"
Yeah,
you know, because it's like,
that's
hey, you remember that?
fun about being a wrestling fan. Getting a bunch of mixed CDs or using your iPod and putting it on shuffle, getting together with a friend and saying, "Do you remember this theme?" You know,
yeah.
That's always a fun game.
We're rolling down the road to LWO.
Yeah.
You know? Ah, La Raza.
And then we roll through the bad part of town and New Jack's theme comes on and we have to like turn it down.
Yeah.
We're like, oops.
Oh, we can't do that. Oh, is that real gunshots?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't live in the nicest city.
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Sherry.
Oh my Sherry, I'll call ya. Yahtzee! You're welcome.